we're all back in Canterbury here, right? Except my crazy mate Ryan that I do these tips with. He thinks the Dragons are going to win. But I'm going to tell you why the 1 to 12 is the play in this matchup against the Dragons. Too many trends backing this up. Now, before we go anywhere, don't forget, head over to bets.com.au and get each and every game's cheat sheet, which gives you the stats that we use to make all of our predictions. And don't forget, subscribe to the channel and give us some love back. Come on. All right, let's dive into this game. There's so many trends, as I said, pointing to a 1 to 12 margin for both sides. So, listed off, Bulldogs have seen a 1 to 12 margin in their last 4 games. Dragons have seen a 1 to 12 margin in 7 of their last 9 games. And the kicker there is 8 of the Dragons' 10 defeats this season have been by a 1 to 12 margin. So, obviously, that should be enough to say that there's going to be a 1 to 12 margin in this matchup. Also, Canterbury are leaning heavily on their defence at the moment. They're doing crazy things in their halves. Lockie Galvin in, Lockie Galvin out, Toby Sexton in, Toby Sexton out, Matt Burton in the centres, Matt Burton back in at 5'8". Look, their attack is stale, and it proved to be that case against the Cowboys last week. Cowboys have one of the worst defensive records in the competition, and the Bulldogs scored 2 tries, I believe it was, in the space of a tiny little period. And then that was it, nothing more. So with 2 attacks that are stale, this also leads to another play in this game, and that's the under 50.5. Look, there's also Bulldogs have seen under 50.5 in their last 5 games. So we're linking up the under 50.5 with the Bulldogs to win to get some sort of decent odds. And we obviously like the Bulldogs 1 to 12. Now, when it comes to try scorers, there's no player that bleeds the dog or has the dog in him, whatever they say over in Canterbury, than Matt Burton. Obviously, he's trying to carry this team, and he's the steady ship for Canterbury at the moment. And he's been running at the line, and he's best when he is running at the line. So we like him to be the anytime try scorer. He's also scored 3 tries in his last 3 appearances versus the Dragons. So get on Matty Burton to cross as your anytime try scorer. Now, let's sum that all up for you. What are the plays that we have at the moment here? We want the Bulldogs to win, multied in with the under 50.5, Bulldogs 1 to 12, and then Matty Burton anytime try scorer, and even throw Matty Burton in as your first try scorer. They're your plays. Just remember, gamble responsibly this weekend, and happy punting.